Well, we're gonna do like the round table of
You
what
died.
happened.
I'm pretty sure I remember me dying.
But you
I got
were
told.
brought back to life.
I got told. I got stomped on.
I don't think
remember.
you died, but you were close to death. Same thing as
Oh,
Yeah,
me.
all I remember is I got told I got stomped on.
You got
And
no.
Riley, I'm disappointed. That's how you chose my death. If I did die,
You're not dead.
that's upsetting.
We're gonna do the round table of what happened. So, Caitlin, you were going.
Okay, so this is what happened. So we were going to fight the dragon. We met up with this. We saw this little boy in this temple, I believe. Don't quote me on this because I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Like a ruin or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So from there we were trying to like see what the little boy was up, like what was up with him, and Akia was like, I'm done with this like interrogating prep. So I went and I tried to attack him, and then he possessed me, and then I was like, Braca, give me your orb. Like, we gotta give it to him because that's what he wanted. He wanted the orb, and everyone was like, what? Akia, no. What are you doing? And then something happened. I can't remember. I think you gave him the orb, and then from there he unleashed his inner dragon or something. And
I'm gonna pause.
Yeah.
The orb. So the orb was a shadow dragon egg, and what he did was he sucked out the dragon essence to restore his dragon powers.
So I want to say Braca destroyed it by throwing it on the ground.
I think they're.
Okay, yeah. He destroyed it, and then after that, we started fighting him. We were getting the fucking demolished, by the way. Absolutely crushed.
I was fine.
Oh yeah. I was fine.
She actually benefited.
Was he wearing Tim's when he stomped on me? Because if so, I am dead.
Dude,
if he put on the Tim's before, he's dead.
Well, Kayla, I messaged you your item. The first little bits of perks you get.
Wait, what?
Your dragon daggers.
Where'd you message it to me at?
Discord. In your channel.
The cord of the disc.
Cord of the disc.
So Sloan got fucking eaten. Snacks.
You got send it in my private?
I can't remember what happened to Amir, but
I got told. I remember getting told I got stomped on and died.
That happened to me because I thought Akia got her skull crushed.
Yeah,
like,
I got skull crushed. Amir got fucking like ripped to pieces and crushed.
I know Kara got stomped and got his back broken.
And then I got my skull
crushed.
Yes. Jesus!
So if I like rip the shreds, how am I necessarily?
So if you let me finish.
And Kayla, quit interrupting.
Okay. So you. This is what happened. So then, I can't remember what happened to Andromeda. She got killed somehow.
Oh, she was dipped in the pool and she disappeared.
We haven't gotten to where the pool is.
Someone is on their phone and not listening. Anyway, so, I think it was Nozel who kind of like got us out of there into the Feywild, and he was like, "We gotta heal these guys. We gotta heal these guys because they're about to be dead." Mm-hmm. So we got to the pool of like, I guess, fucking
we went
life.
To the Feywild. Oh wait, I think you just said that.
Okay. And no more interesting. I'm serious. No more be quiet until I say I'm done, okay? I have a sneaking suspicion you won't listen, but it's okay. So then we got to the pool, and he dipped us all in. We couldn't get him Sloan, because Sloan was, like, in the fucking dragon's belly. But we got, Brock was fine. But we got you, me, and Andromeda. Cat, get down. Gaia.
Meow. Gaia.
Shit, I forgot to design.
And it worked me and you, but unfortunately Jazz or Andromeda got dipped in the pool and disappeared.
Cool. Okay.
Wanna go?
Are they breaking up after you two, man?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Y'all are unfroze.
Disconnect some of those Wi-Fi devices. Maybe cut off some cell phones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my internet's been messing up all day too. But Riley, you actually look good. They froze up for me.
Yeah, always look good. Also, James. Well, we'll talk after. I have someone who might want to play Terraria with us on Tuesdays.
I'm trying to finish
Sweet.
my
Okay.
hair.
On the same map and everything, like not a.
Yeah,
new...
same thing.
Okay.
He's like, "How far did you get?" I'm like,
Huh?
"Dude, we haven't gotten far
Yeah,
at all.
I like that idea.
We've been surviving."
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
But he texted me. He's like, "Dude, do you want to play Terraria on Tuesdays and have Terraria Tuesdays?" And I was like, "Funny
Wow.
thing." I was like, "I already do."
Oh, the odds. Oh,
The
Kayla.
odds.
Kayla and Caitlin, by the way. Well, mainly Kayla. I'm not streaming this, but I am recording it. I'm gonna try that out. So.
Oh, why?
All right.
Why what?
Why record it instead?
So I don't stream on Sundays anyway, and I haven't recorded yet. So I'm gonna try this out, see if I can upload it afterward. This way I don't have like a lot of sound alerts and channel points, like because when we played last time I didn't interact with the chat, but if I do it this way, it'll be easier. So plus I've been wanting to try out the recording feature anyway, so I'm gonna do that on this one.
I got you.
Okay, so this is going to be a whole new adventure. My characters haven't ever even been to the Feywild, so this is new to me too. So we're going to be learning together.
Okay, hold on. I just this
Somebody use shoot style on her.
Guys.
Someone break out the Resend gun.
Plus ultra.
No, Caitlin, just go
Right?
right to the side of her head. Just go. Look her in the
I'm
nose.
making her watch it,
I'm making Topanga watch it.
God, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She's in heat.
She's getting off on the fucking AC.
James would know that.
She's getting off. Oh. So we were sitting at the table.
What?
She pushes her down. She finds that she can nuzzle up against the corner of the table. She was
like, like a phone.
Like she is
ringing
now.
phone.
Like she is now.
All right.
It's just printing. I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, get her off the table.
Get down. Get down. Down.
It's scary out here. Scary out in these streets. Riley, what is that? It's a back scratcher.
Fucking damn good one at that.
Do you carry that around with you? Curious.
Back pocket, baby, all the time. I keep that. I keep that thing on me.
Oh my god, we're not starting this.
I've nicknamed this the Blicky. I've always got my Blicky on me.
God.
Not this. Not this shit.
Alright. We're gonna open up.
Not this shit.
Caitlin, how do I stop this from doing this like this?
I'll open at some point.
At some point.
Me too, James. Me too.
Government letter? Nope.
The government.
Oh, did they freeze?
Get normal.
We mentioned the government, we froze.
Dude,
So
what is it called? What is a regular piece of paper length and width?
8.5 by 11 for free real estate. All right, well, you do that. I'm gonna be on TikTok. See ya.
Print that.
Here, we got it. Give us 1 second for it to print.
It was printing real.
Flag is this? Okay, what flag is this? Can you say his name for me? Right now, what's this guy?
Anybody got a pee before we go?
No.
I see you, Kayla.
I was just told that. What were the buffalo's dying words to his kid? Bye, son. What were your father's dying words? They forgot his blood type? Yeah. Be positive. That's so him. Yeah. Feel the rain on your skin. What were the buffalo's that? Oh my god, good shit.
I totally had to watch this scene, Caitlin, but I totally ready myself to get it.
What?
This is Caleb singing. Caleb singing this. Here we go.
I can't hear it. Are you listening?
What?
yeah, we can't hear it.
All right, I'm sending it to you, Caitlin. Play it out loud at your place.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right now.
Look.
Oh, well, it'll be okay.
I can't keep up that and this.
You know what I can't keep up? My serotonin levels.
Can you pull up Discord
You're
on
on
that?
it.
You're so funny.
No.
You're so.
Why? Just don't use that.
I have to.
30
And why don't
minutes
you just
later.
go on D&D on the website?
Caitlin, we gotta all be able to be seen. How can that see all of us?
Sing with me. Sing for the year. Sing for.
Wait, Caleb, what are you trying to do?
I was trying to print off my character sheet, ran out of ink, and then I keep trying to tell Caitlin to pull up Discord on her computer so
I know,
that we can all be
No,
seen.
Caleb, what am I going to do my character stuff on? I have to be able to look up stuff. You can't be the only one that gets to look up stuff.
You can.
Use my phone.
Hey, Kayla, did you see that TikTok I
Sounds
tagged you
great.
in? Oh my god! Dude, that's crazy. Dude, fat piece of shit, fat ass pussy is with gay bitch tight pussy. Good for them.
I'm so glad I'm not live streaming. I'm so glad.
So you can't see him. It's like an interrelationship.
Okay.
Maybe if I didn't.
Whoa, I
blur
see
my back.
2 Kaylas.
Sing
How do I
with
mute
me,
them?
Sing for the year.
Volume.
Dorime. Nima. Dorime. See? Well, you can't read it, but
Who?
It's fat piece of shit, fat ass pussy is with gay bitch type pussy. They're in a relationship. It's pretty great.
Okay. You set this up so that
Dorime.
you can be seen. Oh,
Oh,
shoot.
Black Clover. Movie Sword of the Wizard King is coming to Netflix March 31st, 2023.
Be a little higher. He's just falling asleep.
Can I do
Hi.
the opening now?
Yes.
Perfect. Strap in, bitches.
It is 6:33.
Wait. Wow.
Actually, it's 8:33 over here. Ow.
So what would I title this?
Dream
After-
on.
I'll title it Aftermath.
I actually titled this part of the campaign in my notes as Into the Feywild. I ripped
So
off
is this not like a new session or something? Campaign or whatever you call it?
It depends on your choices. It depends on you guys. Y'all are at a fluid state where you could jump in between if you wanted to. Well,
Fluid.
you're gonna pick one. That'll be decided at the end of this. Anyway, so opening. Boom. All right. So last we left off, as Caitlin so eloquently described, there was a little kid who tricked the group into breaking / giving up the orb, which then was actually a shadow dragon egg that was used to have dragon essence kind of sucked back into the little kid so that he can take on his dragon form once again. And doing this, the party got pretty fucking fucked up. Sloane got eaten. Like there was no chance. Amir got stomped. Kayla, or not Kayla, Akia looked like Glenn from The Walking Dead, if you know what scene I'm talking about. And Kid got pretty fucked up too. He got stomped on. He's pretty smashed. So Nozel ended up summoning a lot of power, and he ripped through. You actually got taken back to the area where you first fought the Wendigo. Amir, you know nothing of this. The party described it to you though. You went there. That's where the wall between planes was thin. You sliced through it, went into there to kind of escape the dragon's wrath. Nozel's like, listen, there's no time to talk. We just need to get these guys. I was talking to Braca. We need to get these guys to the Lazarus pools. So he gathers all the party members and y'all run to a Lazarus pool where he kind of wades in and he dips one of you, or each of you in after the other to go for a healing effect. He went to go heal. What's her name? Andromeda. It's been so long. He went to go heal Andromeda, lowered her into the pool, and the Lazarus pool claimed its payment for healing all of you by taking her life. Or so it seemed, at the very least, from what y'all could tell. He dipped her in, pulled her up, and it was no more. This left Nozel distraught, and he's pretty fucking defeated at this point. He's grieving. We all know he had a whole thing for Andromeda. So all of you are fine. Care has a new level of well, actually, I'll leave that for you to tell everyone. Care, but you know what you got. I'll just go ahead and tell you. You can decide whether or not the players should know this. So, Care, as a reminder, you have a new level of mastery over your werewolf abilities. Now you can freely control your transformations. Braca, you frequently stab the dragon while y'all are fighting in the air, so your dragon bone daggers got soaked in its blood. So now it has a poison attribute to it. And you can tell this based on the breath weapon it used when y'all were fighting it. And Akia, yours
how,
kind of there, huh?
how long does it last?
Until you change it.
Okay.
So that is pretty much it. We are forgetting one very important thing, though. I'll go ahead and open up for the players to start talking while I get this set up. So you may begin. We are standing at a Lazarus pool. I will pull up a picture of it for you guys. Ah, man, I closed the tab. Sing with me, sing for the year. Oh my god. Sure, that works. Is it playing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I need this music to think. Where was it? Ah, here it is. Beautiful.
And
Open the image.
this will be in the NPCs?
I'm opening it up. There's an exact one.
Oh, I see.
You.
What do you see?
Nothing. It looks like this.
Ooh.
Wow, it's only making the image worse. Something like that. It's kind of got some waterfalls and a dark pool. Pretty great.
This music makes me think we're about to fight another boss.
Yeah, this isn't
Like, are we about to fight the dragon again?
And out of the forest comes two dragons.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this will work.
Ooh,
Right.
there we go. Okay.
Okay. So, y'all are all healed. Y'all are good. Everything's 100 with all you guys. Go. Speak.
As Akia, can I wash myself off in the
Sure.
water? Because I feel like I am disgusting. I'm doing that.
So Akia goes over to the pool and begins washing herself off.
Where is?
Always.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Kayla.
I was asking. Having a hard time.
This is how my dude's sitting. Sitting.
Okay.
I know Care is just kind of. He hugged Nozel briefly. We all kind of gathered around him. And Care just kind of walked up and kind of walked away, and he's just contemplating what just happened. Like, he's really worried about Nozel. Andromeda's dead. So, that's pretty much what's on Kara's thoughts, is Nozel and Andromeda.
I want to walk up to Kara, speak privately.
Okay.
I just want to ask, where do you think, where did she go?
And you're talking to Care?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I know I follow Apollo and everything, but I still don't know what happens after death. I would assume she's one with the Fae here.
That's a nice thought.
I just feel sorry for Nozel. I just feel I don't know what to do.
Me either.
I mean, Nozel saved all of us. He got us out of there, and it was at the expense of Andromeda.
It's a little hard to hear you guys. Caitlin, Kayla. It's like it's breaking up as y'all talk.
Anything on your phone?
So while this is going on, Nozel's kind of like crouched down on his knees next to the
Hold on,
Lazarus
just-
pools. And he pauses.
Can you hear me? Hold up.
I don't know why it was so funny.
That was scary.
Okay, can you hear us any better?
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Hello.
Much better. I mean, I hear myself a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah.
You hear James too. All right. So Nozel kind of crouches down on his knees. This is gonna be a little disorienting.
Oh, that's weird.
Hold on.
Can you just mute that?
I have to unmute them on this and mute that. Mute that.
Mute us?
Mute everyone on that.
Sing with me. Sing for the.
Echo.
Neck roll.
Shit.
Kayla, you should grow a beard.
No. Tried that out. Didn't like it.
Oh, fucking handsome, bro.
This would have just been easier.
Can you just get out of my business, please?
Get out of her business,
Who else am
Kayla.
I muting?
You.
Sing with me. Sing for
Okay.
the years. Perfect. All right. So, Nozel crouches
Why
down
am I sideways?
at the bank of the Lazarus pools, and as him sitting there, he's
Oh my God.
creating.
Where is he?
At some point, Nozel will get to do what he's trying to do.
What is that?
So, Nozel
So loud.
is crouched down next. This is supposed to be like a very like heartfelt moment, and it's just. I'm just going.
Now it's like super quiet for them.
Well, we could turn y'all up, though.
Facts.
Okay.
Let me just go ahead and turn Aki up. 200%. Caitlin, talk.
Hello.
Done. I think I turned up the wrong person. You're muted. I need to turn up the other person. Perfect. All right. So, Nozel is crouched down next to the Lazarus pool, kind of forming two separate mounds of rocks, looking almost like small, like little burial things, kind of representing the loss of both Sloane and Andromeda. And he kind of takes some time to like carve their names into like a flat piece of bark and stick it into the stones. And he's just kind of bowed there.
I'd like to bow with him. Get down there with him.
Okay, so
And
you get on your
rock
knees and you wrap your tail around your front leg, kind of like a cat, as you know, around your knees, and you're sitting there. and you're just kind of mimicking what he's doing. And as you're down there, you like look over at Nozel, and you can see like he's got a spaced, far off look, like he's looking down at it, but he's not aware of anything around him.
Brock is just standing in silence.
Brock is what?
Process. Standing in silence. She's just process.
I'm still standing. I'm still doing it.
He's in shock.
Yeah, he's not. So I'm gonna talk to Nicole. Even though she didn't, let it be known, I know she loved you very much. And I'm sorry for your loss.
I agree.
Yeah. Thanks, Sakia.
I'm gonna get up and walk away.
That's all yeah.
Yeah, Kara's still just kind of walking around, just pondering on just everything that happened. Kara wants to go up to Nozel and like thank him and comfort him, but Kara's like, "There's nothing I could say," so he just leaves him alone.
And Amir's just standing there all stoic, like.
I want to go up and talk to him. Are you alright? Dying gave me quite the shock.
You're trying to figure out what you said too?
Yeah, I don't know what you said. All I heard was like, yeah, duck, and this.
Dead. Shock.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have to talk loud. Okay. Amir.
Oh, y'all are frozen. Okay, y'all are moving.
Don't worry. Okay. Are you alright after dying and such?
It's an interesting feeling.
It is.
What did you see? Did you see anything?
Pause. Is that a shadow or is that a Hitler stash that you have? You see this, James? Oh, okay, it's a shadow. I thought it looked like there was a dark patch right here. I was like, damn, Kanye fan now here.
Gonna get James banned.
I was just channeling my inner Kanye.
God.
But
Good thing you're recording, James. Go ahead, Amir.
okay.
Did you see anything?
No,
Was it all black?
it was kind of peaceful
Yeah.
in the weirdest way possible.
Comforting.
So I see Sloane's gone.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Eaten
Oh my god.
like a dwarf to a
He was cut in half.
mountain lion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
it
Kara,
was careful.
approaches Amir and pretty much says, hey, I'm sorry for what happened to Sloane. I know y'all were close.
So it kind of like looks up at him, like I'm sitting down on the ground. Kind of look up, and I just kind of repeat what I just said. I was like, "At least you're still here."
Well, I don't know if I can.
Nobody
made it out
glad that I'm alive.
You made it out unscathed, Raka.
Yeah.
I knew you were a strong warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Or Nozel just kind of scoffs. He says, "Just lucky."
Hey, I flew through the wind. Daggers hitting the leg of the dragon.
And then Care speaks to Akia and is like, or no, Braka, and is like, not now, not now.
Nozel just suddenly
Damn.
stands up. He kind of brushes off his knees. His eyes are red and puffy. Is typically purple, but it's ringed in red right now. The eyes of his eyes, and he kind of just does this, and he says, "All right, well, we can't spend forever right here. So what are we gonna do?
We have to go back.
I agree, Raka.
Go
Whoa,
back.
whoa. Go back?
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
To our world. We can't stay here forever. A minute here is like a week there.
That's not quite how it works.
Well, it's all wonky. It's not normal.
Do we
That's
go back
true.
for the dragon one? Because if that is, cool here.
So here, time flows differently. Though I know you already know that, describing it as wonky and such. That's true. Hell, by the time we get back to the material plane, everyone you met could be long dead. Centuries could have passed, or mere minutes or seconds. It's also possible for years to pass here, and you returned almost the exact moment you left, but older, Akia, such as you experienced.
Well, I can't go back and have my entire family dead. We must go back now.
I think
All I'm
more.
saying is, if we've spent a good amount of time here. When we get, it's possible. I don't know. They could already be dead. Or not. I hope not.
Nozel, what do you want to do? Seeing you're the one who saved us, and
If it was up to me, I would just sit right here, bowed next to these two little funeral pyres that I've made, and just spend my time here. But as far as I'm concerned, Andromeda's life was just used as sacrifice to save the four of you. So I'm gonna honor that and go with you guys wherever you go. But I don't have really any ideas. I have knowledge of this place. I did grow up here, but
So-
I'm sitting here.
So Amir stands up and kind of walks in front of Nozel and kind of just puts his hand out. And then it's before he does it, I was I know we've had our differences. We haven't exactly seen eye to eye. But I understand that. And it's kind of like this.
And he looks down at your hand, and he reaches out, grabs your hand, and he firmly holds your hand, doesn't shake it. He says, "I appreciate the gesture, Amir."
And then I go back and sit down.
Well, I'm done sitting. I need to go back and save my family.
If you guys want to go back, we can.
Please, giant dragon, then so be it.
If you want to attempt going back, we can. Obviously, it's not that far a walk from here to the place where we entered. Akia and Care, you're very familiar with. In fact, Care, you might even know how to get back. Once we go a little bit farther, because you did tend to circle the same area for a while, never really left for years.
I do remember you mentioning something about your mom out here. Us doing something over there.
Yeah, my mom. She's the queen of the Sealy Court. Steely Fey Court. Queen Titania.
And you mentioned us doing something over there. I just can't remember what it is.
It would just be another quest, honestly. Fighting my mom's war. I merely suggested something like that because it's probably better than going back to the dragon. And honestly, at the level you guys are, if you're just getting stomped by them, by that dragon. And I'm gonna be honest, like right now, after that fight myself, I'm kind of drained, and I mentally feel like I got a block in my head. Like I can't summon the same amount of power that I had.
So would it be better for us to stay here for a little while?
That's up to you guys. Time flows wonky here, like you said.
So if we go
Well,
back, are we gonna be back where the dragon was?
it's possible, and you might return, and the dragon might be a pile of bones.
I
What are the
say,
odds?
I say we check
You're
out.
a gambler man. What are the odds?
For the dragon to actually stay there, and if we left, it would probably be mere seconds. If we escaped, the dragon would cut his losses and probably go to the Forge of Spells. So probably, I'd say there's a 1 in 10 chance that he's actually still there, waiting
go
for us
back.
to pop out.
Let's go back. If that's cool.
I'm willing to take that chance.
Okay, let's do it then.
I'll follow my team.
Are we your team, Braca?
Yes.
So,
Well, Care goes to Nozel real quick, and he says, "Are you going to stay with us, or are you staying here?" Or... I know you said you're going to stay with us, but are you good to continue?
it's what she would have wanted, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So just a little description. So imagine a version of the world, but this is a description of where y'all are currently at, the Feywild. So imagine a version of the world, but everything's amplified. Nature, magic, even personalities are just over the top. Everything should feel like it's too much. Like, to the point of being creepy. It's more vibrant. Like, imagine if someone set the contrast and color temp on a TV, like, much higher. So reds are redder, blues are bluer, greens are greener, shadows are less, like, defined, but deep shadows are still deep and true.
So like a Tim Burton movie, if you try to make a normal movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Yes.
I don't know if James gets that reference.
If you're talking about the show, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So
It's directed by Tim Burton.
I get back up before we leave. I want to do something. I walk over to where Sloane's grave is, and I kind of just like kneel down, and that's it. When I get back up,
Can I I got a question. That
You
water.
can't loot their bodies.
Huh?
I said, no, you can't loot their bodies.
Well, I was gonna suggest that earlier, but Andromeda's gone. The water. Can I touch it, or like if I touch it, something crazy's gonna happen?
Rocket touched it, or Aki had touched it.
So you did touch it? Yes. And what happened? No.
No.
feel like yourself.
I want to fill my flask up with it. My whatever it is.
You're thinking it's like the shimmer?
Sure, fill your flask up with water. They're
What
called
would
a flask of Lazarus water.
Okay.
Lazarus spelled Lazarus. All right. So do y'all leave? Y'all try to go back to the
Wait, spell it again.
Lazarus?
E-R-U-S?
Yes.
Like laser us?
Yeah, it's like laser us.
Well, Lazar. Yeah.
Laser us. Like a laser beam.
Oh,
A
oh,
YouTuber.
Lazar.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Sorry.
so do y'all walk back to the where y'all came in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you walk, Nozell just kind of takes the lead and he's just explaining to you guys. He's like, so here in the Feywild, it's also known as the Plane of Fairy, but everything is in parallel to the material plane, which is where you guys are from. Where there are volcanoes in the material plane, here they are replaced with large mountains topped with skyscraper-sized fiery red crystals. The cities you visited in the material plane have a fairy variant as well. So the map as you know it in your world is similar to over here.
Wait, is there a town nearby?
So once you go back to that crossing, you're outside of Phandalin, the fairy variant.
Oh, so there is a town.
Mm-hmm.
Would our house be there?
It wouldn't be your house.
Hmm. Could we maybe stop in the town?
No, so
What? Wouldn't that
Would that hinder us?
the longer we're here?
No, because the time is
Theoretically.
funky. Time
Yeah.
is winning.
I mean, yeah.
We
Or
don't know
it
what's
could
gonna
be
happen.
super accelerated and
We just
everyone that we
wasted
know is
40
dead.
years.
Or it could go backwards and we're babies. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Those are big odds.
Time doesn't flow backwards between the two
Okay,
planes.
it doesn't do that. It could be the same exact time, or it could be 40 years, or it could be 4 minutes.
But are you willing to take that chance?
I think your odds are the same with either one.
The real question is, Aki, are you willing to take that chance?
Now, at the end of the day, we were going to see at the end of the day.
So
So I
ultimately,
say just continue. Go.
Are we all gonna go to see your family?
if you guys, and this is Nozell talking, if you guys want, I don't recommend this, but if you could do it, we could split up.
No.
I can guide Akia to the planar rift, and then whoever wants to come can come. Everyone else can go to the Phandalin variant, which, for you guys' awareness, is known as Elvire.
Elvire. Hold on.
Sorry, Elvmire.
Elvsmire?
Elvmire. Elvmire.
Yeah.
Akia, what do you want to do?
I'm sorry, Draka, but I do not wish to accompany you to the house.
Oh, I didn't want to go to the house. I wanted to go to the town.
And Akia, I'm gonna stay with you.
I appreciate it. Draka, are you still wanting to go to the town?
Hold on just a second. I got a question. Would this be like a good point? Like, is this like, are you giving an opportunity for Caitlin to switch out her characters?
No.
Okay. Making sure. I didn't want her to miss it if she didn't realize.
Nah, Caitlin will know well in advance, and if she did, she would have taken the choice of, yeah, I'm just gonna dip.
Please take that.
Okay, well, Nozell, could you take us back here at some point? If we survive?
I mean, Akia has my dagger. She can cut through the planar rift anytime she wants. But there are risks. which is time.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's go back now. Let's go.
Okay. So, Nozell says, all right, good choice. And he walks you back to the clearing. And he reaches out his hand. He says, Akia, can I borrow my knife, please? Or your knife, rather, now. And he takes it from you. And he holds it, and he does a slice in front of him. And he goes, and the rift opens up. Almost as soon as he does that, planar tendrils kind of come up out of the top of the cut, and it kind of folds over itself, almost as if like the planar wall is trying to stitch itself back together. Nozell seems a little confused, so he cuts and he cuts and he cuts, and to no avail. The planar wall is stitching itself together. And he turns to the group and he looks horrified, and he says, "We're trapped in the Feywild."
Oh my god. So it didn't matter anyway. What do we do, guys?
I guess we go back to the Phandalin here. See if we could figure out how to get out of here. Ask around.
Can your mom do anything about it?
Yeah, there are a couple portals that could take us to the material plane. There is one that resides in her kingdom, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, she doesn't make any, doesn't do anything for free.
Well, it's very important for Akia, so I'm willing to make a sacrifice to help her get back to her family.
My mother might even
sacrifice it.
She has been known to enslave people over deals like this, so she might say, "Hey, I want a werewolf in my court. You're staying here.
Well,
The rest of you may
if
go."
we decide the deal isn't good enough, we just won't take it.
I don't think it's going to be exactly that.
It will, because we won't go to the portal.
Yeah, but we would still be in her kingdom. Told her no. I understand.
I think it's a
There
risk
has to
one
be-
take.
There has to be other options. That can't be the only option. Is there anything known, Nozell? Anything other than her?
So, there are two courts that reside in the Feywild. There is the Sealy Court, and there is the Unsealy Court. There's not really many differences. So the Sealy Court, which is my mother's, is Queen Titania's. The Unsealy Court is another queen's domain. Now, Sealy and Unsealy, it's not necessarily good and evil. There are evil people in both groups, and there are good people in both groups. So just because they're Unsealy does not mean that they are evil by any means, or bad people, or bad fae, I should say. But there are also spots such as this one, and he gestures to the thin wall, that exists everywhere. However, we have used this too often, and the plane has started to notice that this place is thin because we've cut through it so many times, and it's healing itself.
Oh, so if we go to another portal that we haven't used,
Theoretically.
we can cut through and go through.
Yeah, we could cut through and go through.
And do you know where
Where's
these portals are at?
Or not?
I don't know where they're at. We'd have to find someone, probably someone in either court. There has to be some sort of archmage or archdruid that knows of these locations. Probably an archdruid, if I had to guess.
So, Nozell, which of the two would you choose?
It's a mixed bag. My mom and I aren't necessarily on the best terms, but much better terms than my father, so I wouldn't mind going back and talking to her, asking for help. The other court is unknown to me, and to be honest, with my upbringing, I was taught to kind of like hate the other side, but don't actually. So we can do either. Personally, I would like to stick with the known if we're going to, and I would recommend we start with my mother's domain first, if we were to do this.
Well,
Sounds good to me.
it all seems clear now.
So, funny enough, my mother's domain is the Fey variant of a once King Care kingdom. Kingdom of Ond, was it? Yeah, so that is the Fey variant of Ond. So where we're at, imagine where our material plane map, that's where the exact place we have to travel in the Feywild.
Wow.
Well,
Don't
since
worry.
we don't know, since we don't know how time's gonna deal or go, I guess we should be on our way.
There is something we could do. Now that I think
What?
about it. We might be able, I don't know. It might be possible, that we could bargain with my mother to somehow cast some magic to make it where the planes kind of align in terms of the timeline. But it's going to be tempering with temporal magic. It's weird. I don't even mess with that stuff. So she might be pulling one plane back in time versus the other. Probably the other material plane, if it was. Yeah. Maybe. That's a slight chance, and that's an even bigger deal.
So I guess we'll go with the first one. We'll see what deal she strikes, and depending on said deal, we'll probably have to go through with it. Okay.
All right, let's do
So-
this.
Y'all turn around, and you begin walking. And all of a sudden, you hear walking behind you, like leaves rustling, and you hear pipes being played. And y'all turn around and you look, and out on the other side of the clearing, which is the Fey version of this, you see a satyr walk out. So if you don't know what a satyr is, imagine a man. Has everyone seen Chronicles of Narnia?
And a horse. The man and the horse. Like he's got horse legs.
Does everybody know what satyrs
Goat.
are?
He's a goat. Satyr.
Satyr.
It's goat legs, right? He's like
Yeah. So he's got goat legs, hairy. He's got horns up here. So the bottom half is goat, top half is man, a little hairier. He's got horns, good horns. When he walks out, and he's playing the pipes.
Okay.
So followed behind him are two more satyrs, also playing the pipes. They don't have their eyes open. They're kind of closed, kind of lost in thought, playing their pipes. And then one of them notices the group, and he signals to the others to stop, and they all lower their pipes, and they just kind of look at you.
I suggest we just keep on walking.
Yeah.
Like that.
Really? Well, they're looking at us.
The one in the front quickly pulls up its panpipes and plays a sharp note. And out of there was a tree in it, so if you remember, this mimics the clearing in the material world, because if you remember, in the material world had a grouping of big, large trees in the center. This also does, but it's one tree. And out of the tree, you see a woman kind of meld out into it. Has very fairy-like features, greenish yellow skin all over, greenish yellow hair, greenish yellow dress, very attuned to nature. You can tell this is some sort of nature creature. Nozel signals to the group. He says, "That is a dryad." Okay, you need to be really careful. This could be good or bad.
Put her down.
Get down! Down!
Akia yells at the dryad to get down. All of a sudden, she busts out the gritty.
Can we just keep on walking?
Sure, you can try. So you guys kind of like acknowledge them, nod your heads, and you turn around and you keep walking. And all of a sudden, you hear a voice in another language kind of scream at you guys.
Oh God.
Okay.
And it's almost as if it says one word, and it's like I didn't write down any words or phonetic spelling. Basically, you know it meant stop. Halt.
Nice.
So
Stopped in my spot.
I stopped too. Yeah, I stopped too.
How do you stop?
Akia?
Do you stop or keep going?
I take a couple steps and I turn around and I ask, "What do you want?"
And she's speaking to you in a language that none of you know. Does any of you know Fey?
I don't think I do.
I don't.
I'll check, but I don't think I do. No, I don't.
No. I do. Or
Okay, so you guys kind of just look at her confused. The satyrs notice this. So one steps up and he's basically acting as the translator. And he kind of speaks to her in her tongue, pretty much letting her know, hey, they don't understand you. I'll translate between the two. And he says, my lady here asks, what are you doing? Why are you trespassing on our lands? None of you look like you belong here.
Well, we don't. We kind of escaped another realm and got kind of placed in here. And first off, we apologize for trespassing. We're actually trying to get back.
And he turns to the dryad woman and relays this. And she looks at you more disgust. And her voice is very strict, very tense. And she kind of nods to the satyr. And the satyr turns to you guys and said, oh, escaped from another realm. So there's possibly a bounty on your heads. Especially if it's across realms. It's a pretty big one. It means there's a pretty high payout.
And so then I kind of like approach not approach them, but kind of get to where I'm in front of the group. And I pretty much, to the translator, I was like, I've lost 2 friends in a matter of minutes. We got attacked by a dragon, and we got here. We're trying to find a way back to our realm. And is there any possible way that you would know anything about that?
oh, it's frozen.
Roll a
Which
roll
one?
for persuasion.
You not like this?
So roll a d20 and add your persuasion.
Who the fuck's that? Is this a dude? I don't know.
Is it the one with 20 sides?
Looks like this.
No, what? I don't.
I think, yeah, it was that one. It was that one.
No,
That was my dad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only goes to 10. I don't think I have.
That's that one.
No, it only goes to 10.
No, it doesn't. It has 12.
No, that's not 20 though.
Not 20 though. Okay, persuasion.
D11? D12? 12.
I got a 20.
Oh,
Ooh.
A nat 20?
Like, fact check this, guys. Confirm.
Nat
Confirm.
20.
Confirm.
Oh shit! Okay, I think it's our first nat 20 of the game.
I think so, but not me.
Cherry.
Oh man! All right. So, well, damn. That's gonna. So the satyr, kind of, he nods to you and he's like, okay. So you've been through some rough times. And he kind of nods at one of his other companions and tells them to translate the conversation so he doesn't have to keep going back and forth. So it says pretty much. It looks like you guys have been through some pretty rough times, and I'm sorry to hear about your friends. We do understand coming on to places where you're not necessarily wanted and seen as trespassing, and there being these misunderstandings, especially being outed as seeming different. Well, I personally would like to welcome all of you to the Feywild. Damn, I don't have a name for this guy. I didn't fucking prepare a name for these guys. Give me a moment.
Holy shit, Austin.
I just
Were you sweating?
I was like, so I knew with me going to the front of the group that I was either about or like save us. It was one of the two, and I knew there was no in between. Like I knew it was either about to go really south or not. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah, here's who's. I don't here. Nat 20.
He says, he says, my name is Mr. Tumnus. Let's see what's learning. No, he says, my name is Raz.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm a satyr. My companions here are Puck and Puck.
Oh, alright, okay.
And this, and he
You got
kind of signals to the dryad. He said, "This is Lady Fira.
Vera?
Fira, F-I-R-A,
Vera.
or Fyra. Lady Fyra. We'll go with Fyra. That sounds cooler." We worship nature. Feywild is the perfect place to connect with nature. The ambience, the amplification of nature. Ever we've crossed realms, we know what it's like in other places, but here we feel the closest. As far as your dragons, we've heard only of stories of dragons from the other realms. We do have our own variant of dragons here. Not quite as deadly as yours, though. I don't really know what else to say. I was just DM talk. I wasn't prepared for this.
Get down.
Oh, look! Where's my vape? Take a long hit. We're gonna go for this.
We're doing drugs.
Initially, Lady Fyra here sensed a presence in our thin planar wall realm that we know as the
Here, I can plug it in for you.
what I call it. We know this place as the planar fold. We call it a fold, but more of it's a thin layer. But we're kind of saying like planes kind of fold over themselves. We're just going with it. All right. Fuck, man, I was not prepared for this.
This is my revenge.
I'll give you a little more time to think. I have a question.
This is-
So I'm supposed to be leveling up my max HP every time I level up, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I just did it like for the past 3 levels because I was level 3. Okay, and 49 felt really high, but
Yeah,
I did it like I said to do it. So
So I am curious on another thing. So before this, we played 2 sessions. Was it 2 that me and Connor were part of?
like that, yeah.
So on this, it says I'm level 1.
Oh, you're supposed to be level 6.
So like this is level 1 stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'll think.
As a rogue, it's not going to be that important.
No, it's a ranger.
Field-
It's a ranger.
Oh, I thought you were a rogue.
I'm a ranger. Usually with the bows. So yeah.
You can do your HP real quick. That'll help out a lot.
Yeah, because I was like, before I approached the front of the group, I was sitting there and I was like, bro, I got 12 HP and I'm in the front. Like, I'm about to die again.
So
Hold on,
kinda-
this is my second time dying.
you weren't dead yet. I mean, you were there. Yeah, you were dead.
Technically, both times, I was almost dead. But
You died when you drowned.
So
yeah,
Raz kind of motions to you guys. He said,
your level plus your Constitution modifier.
Raz kind of looks at you guys and he says, "One moment," and he kind of
Here,
sits
hold on.
there and he's talking with Lady Fyra, and they're having a hushed conversations, and her tone comes from angry to a bit softer and kind of begrudging. He says, Raz turns to you guys and he says, "Listen, we've sensed a disturbance in our territory with our planar fold here. We've noticed that it's not working quite the way as it normally does. And the planar walls are starting to heal itself and mend itself, which we are quite upset about. But if you can tell us how that happened, we might begin to repair it ourselves. Might be able to beseech Queen Titania to help fix this." So Nozell kind of steps up and he says, "Hey, listen, guys. So that would actually be because of me. Yeah, that's me. Hi, my name is Nozell. I'm kind of I'm a knight in Queen Titania's court, actually, myself. I was doing a mission, and I was traveling between planes. I have this knife here. I noticed there wasn't a portal, so I cut through. I had to go back and forth. I'm with those dragons, that mess. I kind of ran into these guys, and I wanted to save them, so I kind of brought them to the Feywild. You know how it is. Like, this place is much better than the material plane. So came over here, and they wanted to go back. So I went to go cut, and once I started cutting, I noticed exactly what you just described. And Raz kind of turns to him, looks at him for a second, turns to Lady Fyra, expresses this, and her eyes kind of open wide after and she learned that this was a knight in Queen Titania's court. And she starts speaking directly to Nozell in her tongue, and Nozell speaks right back to her in her tongue. So yes, Nozell was able to talk this entire time to the Dryad. So yeah, they're having a quick conversation back and forth. The Dryad kind of nods her head and beckons to the satyrs, and Raz kind of turns to the group and he says, "I hope you're able to return home. A deal has been struck. Thank you, travelers. We look forward to hearing from you shortly." And they walk away. Thank you, Austin, for absolutely destroying the encounter that I had set up for tonight.
What was it? What was the original plan? I'm curious.
You were going to fight the three satyrs and the Dryad.
Sorry.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
That was a perfect example.
With the dragon.
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
Man, that 20 is a D.
Yeah, no, that's funny, man. Like, it makes, like, it's not like god powers, but it makes shit that shouldn't happen. Especially on a persuasion shit. Like, that was the worst. Like, he totally was just felt for you. So Nozell kind of turns to the group and he says, "Listen." I have to make clear, he's like, "Listen, okay, so I'm not a knight in my mother's court, but I'm not going to tell them who I am either, because they could have been lying. I'm in part of the Unseelie court, so I couldn't really use my name like that here. But what I bargained for in that deal that was kind of mentioned, so we're actually gonna go to my mother's court, and we are going to ask about making this zone here," and points to the clearing, "another planar pass point. We are going to see if she can have the Archmages and Archdruids turn this spot here into a gateway to the other realm, and allow free passage to Fey beings such as Dryads and Satyrs, and let them kind of monitor it In return, we can pass through that puppy.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and here's the kicker for you, Braca. Freely, back and forth as much as we want.
Wow.
With no repercussions.
Thank you.
Here in the Feywild, we take our deals very seriously.
Y'all are officially welcome. Y'all are officially welcome.
Waiting game.
And he and Nozel kind of like leans over to Care. It looks like he's got a little bit of sense of self back, and he whispers to him, he's like, "Wow, he's actually useful for something, huh?"
I'm not. Look, I'm a changed man. I'm not acknowledging that. Well,
and then after a little bit of chuckles, he kind of looks around, and you see him kind of go like this, like he was like gonna nudge someone, and then he's like, he realized his elbow kind of stopped, and he was like, he kind of took on his depressed self again. He said, "So, you have to go to my mother's court. So what do y'all want to do? We could go stop in Elvmire for a little bit, get some
I'd like
shelter."
to go to the tavern, the inn, the bar.
Luckily for you, that is still a word that is used here. Yeah, there's one in Elvmire. We could go. It's gonna take us a couple hours to get there, though.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Not hurt. Okay, maybe not a couple hours. Let's say like an hour. And you, I'm not leaving this for you. Your time in this campaign hasn't come yet. Yeah.
I want to get up there.
Zeus and Jerry. What?
He's gonna have a part to play in this campaign. Thank Caitlin. Making a new dragon variant.
No, we had talked about that.
So are we walking now?
Yeah, y'all want to walk?
Like,
Yes.
When you that.
Well,
was like,
I assume we want to go there, so I'm gonna assume we're walking.
All right, so
Are
y'all
you
walk.
guys down?
I'm
So,
also down.
I do want to talk to Nozel, kind of like privately, like separated from the group, if you will.
So y'all are walking. Amir and Nozel kind of hang towards the back.
And so I kind of look at him, and I was like, you know, throughout my time just living, I've never really been like attached to kind of like bounty, all this and that. But like Sloan meant something, a way that I can't explain. I feel like I failed now that he's dead, but Care is still here. I need to get stronger, and if there's any possible way you could teach me anything, I need to, like, I want to learn. I will take whatever, I'll do whatever. I need to get stronger.
Nozel kind of smirks, and he's like, "You know, I'm actually quite surprised that no one in this group here has even asked me to teach them something." He's like, "Sure, I'll think on a couple things I could teach you."
Boom.
Yeah, why haven't you guys asked him to teach you something?
I don't know.
This is a different Amir, guys. I want y'all to understand.
Nice.
We're on the revenge arc. Sloan died, and it's a hit list now.
Wasn't there already?
Yes, but like, you know, y'all changed me.
All right. So, Carrie, you're about to say something?
Me?
I was about to say something, but I forgot what it was. I forgot. Wow. Okay, never mind.
All right. So.
Oh yeah. No, you asked like, why have we asked you? Like Nozel. I was gonna say, well, Care just at least the first half didn't trust Nozel, so that's
What
why.
did you ask?
So
Anything of his choosing.
DM talk. Nozel was actually supposed to be the big bad.
Oh,
Like,
we
he was
don't.
gonna befriend. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't really hiding it, but like he was gonna befriend all you guys, and then y'all were gonna end up fighting him at the end. But then I realized I accidentally made him a god, so that's not happening.
Hey, you should have just turned me into Kratos. It was fine. I would have.
Like, y'all would have to be at least level 15 to stand a chance.
But all right, we're walking.
You're walking, so
I'd like you to teach me something.
well, they're currently in the back, and that was a private conversation between those two. So you'd have to come up with a way to get Nozel to the side.
Okay, well, I pulled him to the side. Like, hey, Nozel, I got a question for you. Do you think you could teach me, the Fey language? I figured if I'm going back and forth, I might need to know the language.
Yeah, sure, I can teach you. On our downtime, whenever we're set up camp and stuff, we can have some lessons.
Thank you.
You'll at least know enough to get by.
That's all I need.
Alright, so you approach the edge of the forest you guys have been walking through. Very vibrant, very colorful, as has been previously described. Also, one thing I forgot to note is the sky. So the sky is a forever twilight. Sun never sets and the sun never rises.
Guys, it's so beautiful out here. Yeah.
That is.
So you kind of walk up. You see glowing mushrooms all over the place, like blues and reds and teals, kind of all over the place. More like some bioluminescence type stuff, not really magic. But the air is teeming with the arcane. So you get to the edge of the forest, and you come out, and you see tents kind of set up everywhere. You see a mixture of pixies and fairies and elves and faders kind of wandering the streets in between. Not really streets, more like beaten paths, dirt roads. That's you see like some makeshift buildings kind of set up, and in the center of this town you see a very large tree, huge, big enough for them to build houses on the side of it 20 feet up. This tree is at least a half a mile thick in radius, so a mile in diameter. It's a big ass tree.
That the thunder tree? That the thunder tree?
Damn it, I totally should have done that. No. I should have done that.
That would have been good.
It's okay.
Could have said yes and went with it.
The fairy variant of Thunder Tree hasn't been made yet. That could sneak in there. So, what do you do?
And we're standing where? Outside of the town?
Just outside of the town. From what you remember of Phandalin, it should be in the maps. It's a very similar layout.
Before we go to the tavern, guys, I'd like to go see the shops.
No, it's not in maps. You want to go see the shops?
Yeah, the shops.
I mean, it's up to you. Y'all don't have to travel in a pack either. Like, y'all can split up. We're in a town right now. There's no chance of danger.
Well, what was the name of that shop where the lady who killed her son and her daughter?
Poor care.
Shit, I don't remember that.
Wait, so player to DM talk. You said the map did not have Phandalin in it, or the map's text channel.
Yeah,
I see it. It's the first
doesn't.
one. It has
Oh, it
for me.
is?
Yeah, the first one. You scroll up.
Oh yeah, shit, that is it. Yeah. So right where it says.
It was Renine's shop.
Yeah, Lenines.
Was it Lion Shield Costa?
Where the fuck? A Walmart. I remember I put Walmart in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about there.
So, because we're coming from the south, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I was a little bit mistaken. It's not a mile thick. It's about half a mile thick. Sorry.
You said half a mile.
I said it well. Diameter is half a mile.
Oh.
So, and funny enough, to answer your question about the house before it even comes up, smack dab in the middle where the town master's hall is. That's where the tree is. Kind of taking up that entire expanse, so it's a little bit wider. But...
Actually, I want to go to the place that is normally Bothan's provision. I'd like to go buy.
Okay. So, right before you get any further, Nozell stops you and says, "Guys, out in here we see pixies, dryads, fairies, elves. None of us look like that. We need to address this first. We need a story for why we're here."
I'm used to being stared at, so...
Well, Nozell, is there any way you could disguise us?
Wait, I can disguise myself.
Cast glamour or something?
I suppose that could work. I don't think there would be any Archfey here that could cut through the glamour. Sure.
Yay!
Tell me what you want to look like.
I want to look like a fairy. Are they tiny and pretty?
You want to look tiny and pretty, Bronco?
I'm an orc. Of course I do.
The glamour doesn't quite work that way, Braca. You're gonna have to be roughly the same size as you, otherwise someone's gonna bump into you. You're gonna be a tiny little thing. And I'll be like, what the hell?
I want to be a fat fairy.
Alright, fat fairy it is. Imagine Tinkerbell, but if she was obese and human size. That's Braca. Blonde hair in a bun and all. Oh, she's not. So she's obese, but she's like muscly. Like Tinkerbell never skipped leg day.
Okay. Really, really buff fairy. I hit the gym twice a week. Twice.
Care, what are you choosing?
I'll choose a like a satyr.
That makes sense.
I like that idea.
That makes sense.
And it's also that's a good idea. That way you can talk. You can your doggish musk there. We can kind of pass it off. It's more of a goat smell. Good idea. So he snaps his fingers, and your armor kind of stays the same, but your legs kind of morph into that of a satyr. It's not really a morph, more so as it looks like that. And it looks like you have horns coming out the top of your head. And he points to Amir and he says, "Alright, you're gonna be the tricky one with your wings there.
A
How are
fairy.
we gonna do this?"
A dryad.
Another fairy.
Is there anything in this realm that possibly resembles me?
You're a demon, dude.
That is true. That is true.
That's celestial. You're
Just have fun, Nozell. Pick it for me.
I'm gonna make you into a pixie.
Mind me, I guess.
Oh, the wimpy little sisters of the fairies.
So you say that, but the pixies and the fairy wars have been going on for a very long time. Thousands of years, and no one has won.
So, are we
I guess we hate each other.
Are
So
we
wait,
expected to hate each other?
I mean, not everyone. I mean, there are pixies and fairies floating around here, so they clearly get along well here.
I'm just kind of talking shit to you across the shop. Like, I'll make sure we're not fine. I'll walk out.
Wait, do I have wings?
You have wings, but you can't use them. It's just a look.
Okay. Are they pretty?
Sure, they're pretty.
Use them because they can't lift my fat ass.
They're actually tiny, so they actually look like they're too small for you. Kind of like a bumblebee. Like how the body's too big and there's no way it's possibly able to
I look
fly.
like a.
You know the wings from Fairly Odd Parents? That's what you have.
And maybe they can lift a normal fairy, but not this big ass fairy. Muscly as fuck, buff as fuck.
Alright, so
I'm gonna
he
walk
kind of
in the
laughed.
front.
He's like, I'm not going to turn you into a pixie. He's like, it'd be easier to kind of pass you off as a sort of elf. But try to like tuck your wings into your back.
We're gonna
So
need a
So you kind of transform. You kind of bippity boppity boo, and you have a glamour of an elf.
I'm 9.
With fayish features, so it looks like you belong here. It's like that one will be way easier to sell. That Pixie War comment, that was a good catch. That might have been bad for us later on down the road. All right, Akia. You are.
What am I?
You're gonna be the tough sell. You got a tail. You've got a fucking snout. Oh man, how are we gonna do this?
What?
Honestly,
What?
you've got like. Well, we don't have a snout,
Snout.
but like you've got like
My
a
stuff,
maw. You've got a maw.
I'm a cow?
That's all we're hearing.
Yeah, he turned you into a cow. You can do
Am I
that.
a cow?
You can do that yourself. You can literally change into animals.
I move.
He didn't change you into a cow.
Just
Anyway,
change it to a bird.
Nozel
What is?
actually says, honestly though, a lizard folk here isn't really hard to sell, so you can stay as you are. If you want it.
I'll stay as I am.
You're not something cool.
No, I want to
You're
be a
not a
cow.
fat fairy.
I want to be a cow.
Alright, well then
You can do it yourself.
I know.
you can do it yourself.
Turn yourself into.
You're about to enter into
It's always
a
cows
town
that make fun of.
as a cow.
We're gonna have a walking. We're gonna have a pet cow with us. It's our dog, guys. It's our dog.
Try to milk them.
So Nozel says, hold on before you do this. Akia, to make sure that they don't see through this material plane stuff, the cows look a little differently here. And he kind of touches your head and he shoots you a memory that he had of a cow from the Feywild. And it's more of this purpley bluish sort of deal. So think of a black and white cow, how you would normally see it with the spots. The white spots are like a light blue, and the black spots are like a deep purple. He also has tiny little Fairly Odd Parents.
milk look like?
It's pink.
What does my milk look
Is
like?
it like fruity pebble milk?
It's like strawberry milk.
Strawberry milk, yeah.
It actually has
Does
a
it
different-
taste like strawberry milk?
It tastes like berries in the Feywild. So actually, because
Berry milk.
because you changed yourself into a legit animal, they could milk you. Would anyone like to milk Akia?
Me.
Or
Can I-
Akia-
I already said it.
I'm gonna kick you.
No. Not. You're not gonna.
You gotta squeeze at the top and
This
pull
is in
down.
broad daylight, guys.
Kayla,
Be mindful. This is in broad daylight, or not daylight, but like this is like
In front of people.
alright, so Braca,
Yeah.
roll a d20. Roll a d20.
Who, me?
Yeah. Caitlin, roll a d20 for milk production.
Milk production.
Nah.
I got a 14.
Your charisma. I don't know. Some bullshit stuff. You got a what?
Add charisma.
Add charisma to both of you because y'all are smiling when you do that. I don't know. It's some bullshit stuff.
Brock is like, yeah, and Aki's like,
Honestly, Nozell
Got
is
a
laughing and he,
16.
I got a 5. I'm not gonna milk.
I got a 16.
oh man. So you're doing this. You get some liquid to
Wouldn't
come
that just
out.
be like?
it's cheese. It's cheese that comes out.
Yeah, you get like a berry cheese.
It's cheese.
Pink cheese.
Ew.
But it's more like the size of an M&M. Like that's the amount you got out. It's almost like
Wow.
is it? Have you ever just like scratch between your legs and you get some like gooch skin and cheese underneath your nails? Kind of like it looks like a lot of that built up. It's like the size of an M&M.
It was a skittle. A skittle came out.
What did he say?
A skittle came out. That's what she said.
Mom said.
You're gonna need this. No, I'm gonna do it. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you're gonna have to figure it out. Let me see. Let me. Ooh. Here, hold on. Let me put this over here.
Sorry, I had to plug in my phone.
I swear up.
You can pull the cord more. I got it. I thought it'll stay where it is. Turn my.
Hold on, I almost had it. Fuck out my way.
So, damn it, y'all ate up. Oh my god. See, y'all killed this because I don't want to start the next part of the session. Alright, we can probably kill the rest of the time doing this. Fuck, man.
Yeah, we can fill we can fill stuff up like with stuff we do in the town.
Yeah, Austin really fucked it up, man. I was really hoping y'all would fight.
Okay.
That would have taken like 30 minutes. Alright, so
Sideways.
you enter into the town. All of you are in your glamour. Nozell also changes his clothes. He's still himself. But in the town, he says, "Hey, instead of calling me Nozell, call me Lezon." Yeah? Yeah?
No. Love
No.
it.
You got to call. I know, right? I really thought hard about that one. He kind of leans to Carrie. He's like, "It's just my name backwards."
Okay.
You can call me Les for short.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I would have never got that. Never. Did you go, Braga?
No, but also I can't see myself in this. We'll fix it.
Oh, wait, that's a good point. We need new names. Brock is a total orc name.
Oh my god. This is gonna keep doing.
I will be Balthazar.
What?
Balthazar the cat.
Balthazar the cow.
Or wait,
Settled.
I know.
No,
wait,
it's settled. It's settled.
Wait, no.
I vote.
Please.
I vote.
No, let
Nozell,
when
say yes.
I'll be Kaltenecker.
No. Zell, say yes.
Kaltenecker. The cow. From Voltron. Kaltenecker?
Don't.
Yes.
Kaltenecker.
We're voting. Democracy.
That means you're gonna be wrecked.
Actually, I was going to say wreck. Yeah, just carry backwards.
Rex? Oh. Can I be Kaltenecker?
Where the fuck did you get wrecked?
Nobody-
from?
I'm going to refer to you as my cow.
Yeah, that's actually a good saying.
It is my pet. I am a farmer.
Or Kaltenecker?
I'm a farmer. I have berry cow.
I'm gonna be Clara.
Claire the buff fairy.
Clara.
So Kaltenecker.
You just look like a Clara.
See this. This is
I was
what I
actually-
look like,
I
guys.
was actually thinking about suggesting the name Dumbbell to you, like Tinkerbell, Dumbbell. Yeah, I got Dumbbell.
Wait, no, I'm going with that. I'm going with that.
Dumbbell.
God. Caitlin.
This is me.
My name is Dumbbell. Okay.
Okay. So we got
Alright.
Dumbbell, Rec, Les,
Kaltenecker.
Kaltenaker,
Haltenecker.
Kaltenecker.
Kaltenaker, and what is
Kaltenecker.
Kaltenaker?
Yeah.
Okay, and what is your name? Amir. Rima.
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 Okay.
All
Rima?
right, so we've got Rima, we've got Dumbbell, we got fucking Wreck and Kaltenecker, the cow.
Yeah.
I don't think you thought this cow thing
Yeah,
through very much,
that's my
because if
whole
you
name.
go into a tavern, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Honestly, I want to see how I play this. All right, so you go into
You gotta stay outside.
I'll just call
Is there
you.
like a law, like we
I
can't
actually-
bring animals into shops?
I actually imagine you guys pulling up into a booth and like the cow kind of scoots in and it's kind of like trying to sit like a human and its fucking hooves are just hanging there like this.
No. I get one of those baby stools that they put at the end of the booth.
No, she talks like Scooby Doo, just like Ruh-Roh, Raggy.
Oh.
All right.
Moo, Raggy.
I know I have human teeth though.
The fuck? No, all cows have teeth like that.
No, they don't.
No, cows don't have bottom teeth though, or maybe it's top teeth.
We spent more time getting this together. All right.
They do have human teeth. Wow.
Yeah, but they don't have top teeth.
I didn't know they had human teeth.
All right. Well, we're gonna stop arguing about cows and we're gonna go into the town. So y'all enter the town.
Wait, Nozell. What is this? What is Lon?
Wait, who's that?
Lonel?
Les.
Lonin? Huh?
Les.
Leson.
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 Why can I not do that backwards in my head?
And Akia, can I call you Colt for short?
I'd prefer Kaltenecker the cow, but it's okay.
I'll call you the cow. That's as best as you're getting from me.
Wow, we have.
We can call her Heifer. Also, she can't communicate while in cow form. So
She's going mo.
Yeah.
Mo.
You know, I'm gonna pretend like I can understand every word she's saying.
Man,
She
we're
said
gonna
she hates you guys.
we're gonna have a cow.
Even though Rima's the farmer.
Is Rima the farmer?
Rima said he was the farmer.
I'll be the farmer.
So
I'll be the farmer.
Rima's actually gonna play off what she's thinking.
Okay.
Mm.
She said her name's the cow.
All right, the cow. So you guys kind of all walk in.
Can you carry around a spray
Wait,
bottle?
spray bottle.
Bad Kaltenecker.
Hey, what are you again?
Wreck.
No, what is he?
Satyr.
Satyr.
Yes, I hate her.
I'm just your standard
forgot
satyr
that one.
that you see.
A cow.
And actually,
I'm an elf.
you're gonna be a new hipster satyr, and your catchphrase is gonna be "They hate us because we're satyrs."
Can you be a rapper? Like a rapper?
You have to,
like
you have to speak
you're like
in
one of
that.
those SoundCloud rappers. You're like, yo, man, y'all too funny, bro. I'm on the up. I'm on the up, bro.
That would actually make sense. You should roleplay your races, and satyrs are known for music. So honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're one of those really cringy SoundCloud rappers.
Oh, okay.
Your only personality trait has to be lifting.
Okay, I can do that. I'll be.
Your only personality trait has to be lifting.
Okay, I'll be like a cringy rapper satyr then. Yo, dog, we're gonna have us a cow and all that. Yeah.
So here's another level to this game. So this is a learning moment. So you guys, you can't be you playing these characters. You have to be your characters playing these characters.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a dream within a dream. It's like Inception.
Yeah, so you have your characters are playing these characters, so you guys are playing these characters. Just keep that in mind.
Ooh.
It makes it more fun.
All right.
Is there
Okay.
like any like southern accents in this land?
Is there any
Since I am a farmer, or do
I'm
I just
gonna-
farm?
I'm gonna be honest. There most definitely are.
Hey, nobody told me well, this is me speaking. Nobody told me what happened after I tried to milk Akia.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's like cheese.
Yeah, you got like
it was
a little.
like a little pebble of cheese.
it's like if you scratch it between
Very
your legs
cheap.
and the
That's why we
gooch
were
cheese.
Oh, so I can add that to my inventory.
Yeah,
Very
you can
cheap.
add one Akia gooch cheese.
One Akia
Be
One
struggling.
dick cheese pebble, please.
cow
You could probably sell that all somewhere.
cheese.
Look, it's from my famous berry cow.
Here's some berry cheese.
What flavor? Like, what does it
It's just
taste?
berry.
Berry.
Berry. So it's like
Taste it.
when you buy like a wild berry. That's the flavor.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I'm gonna make a pot with it.
Oh my god. Alright, so you guys
Gonna make it-
enter into the town. Everyone's the hustle and bustle of the town around you. As you walk in, you notice that this settlement was very makeshift. They're both frozen. Are you both
Yeah.
there?
Up, they're back.
I'm back.
So, you notice that this town is a new development. Unlike Phandalin, which was a repair, this one seems to have just been built recently, but they've kind of stuck around. So it's like something they kind of put up a couple years ago. They're kind of building onto. It's kind of what it looks like, resembles. So you walk around. You guys go to where you think Barthen's provisions should be, and you walk up there. And instead, there's a makeshift sign written in a language. Actually, can any of you speak Elvish?
I don't think so. Let me see.
Nope.
No.
No. Okay. Well, Nozel reads it off to you because he speaks all languages in the Feywild, pretty much. And he says, "Okay, this says, oh shit, what did I name this? Oh, I named this something." This is Rowan's rare items.
Ooh, man, let's go in. Akia, we're going in.
Yo, dog, who Akia be, yo?
That is my cow.
Kalteneka, we're going in.
Remember her name next time, fan.
Nozel kind of
Okay,
laughs
Rex.
Nozel kind of points to you and he says, "Also, that's his cow. Don't forget that. Don't be trampling on Mr. Rima's
That
property
is
here."
my cow.
Yes. Yeah, stay in your
Better
lane,
watch
fool.
out. Watch your back.
No.
A
Stay in your lane, fool.
noise fluff.
There are some fairies and some pixies that are flying about. They kind of just look down. They're just kind of laughing. They're used to this kind of mischievous stuff. Anyway, you walk into the tavern, or not the tavern. You walk into Rowan's place, and it's unlike any shop you've ever seen before. It's got the same general layout. It's got some music that's not playing.
Oh no.
Yo, this biz is the
You
shiz,
better
yo.
outside.
This is business. This is all right.
You
So-
better calm down.
It's got the general layout of a shop. It's got
Kyle.
shelves.
So
So
this is how I try to get through Cat Tavern.
for Kayla and for James.
You walk into
Um,
the legs and
you-
you look like that.
Hey,
Nelson.
All right, so you know.
Wait, say what?
Listen, you know the living wood items in Terraria?
Yeah.
Everything in here pretty much resembles that, with how it looks.
Okay.
So for you guys, it looks like everything's made out of like trees or plants of some kind, and very much resembles the plants they're made out of. So the shelves look like this dark oak looking stuff.
I'd say like redwood, pretty much.
It's very fine looking though, handcrafted for sure. The shelves are lined with all sorts of items that you haven't seen before, and some items that you have. You've got your basics. You got rope on the thing. You've got on the shelves. You got vials of different liquids, empty vials, flasks, provisions for adventurers. In the back, there's actually a winter section that hangs up one winter coat and one ski, so it's basically useless, but it's there. And Rowan's there, and he just says, "Big summer blowout."
Oh my god.
I knew it!
Or,
No, he doesn't actually say that.
How many cool guys?
He says, "Hey, welcome to Rowan's Rare Items. Everything in here is not rare. I just needed a cool name that went with my name. I'm Rowan. Nice to meet you."
do you have anything that's red?
Yeah, my dick.
Whoa! You just got sold.
Oh, I just look down. I see James.
No, please keep.
And he kind of looks over you, Braca, and then he says, "Eh," and then he kind of looks over towards the satyr and the elf, and he just kind of like looks him up and down, and he's got a little smirk on his face. He's like, "Yeah, it's pretty rare."
Where I'm from, that's not tolerated.
Whoa. We're all a little queer around these parts, my friend.
I knew that. I'm finally southern.
Listen. It's been a while since I've attended one of the orgies here in town. Always working. Really need to get down. Need to get out more.
I'll make a trade for a night. You know, have your little fun. What is the rarest item you have in the shop?
Oh, willing to sell yourself, are we? I do quite
No,
enjoy
like
that.
You can have fun with my
well,
house for the
okay.
night.
Oh, all right. I personally had a bad experience with a cow myself. I don't really want to relive that. I broke a shin. I went a little too hard.
Oh, dog, I feel you.
Yeah, man. He kind of like fist bumped me. Just so you guys know, so you're looking at Roan, and he is an elf. Not like an elf that you've seen in the overworld. Got way more like pointed features, a lot more fairy-like. Seems a lot more elegant, kind of like a high elf, but doesn't really talk like it either. He's got a refined and mischievous look to him, and his clothes, just some standard garbs. You can definitely tell they're from the Fey region, so they kind of mimic like plant life and stuff, representing the colors of the surrounding area. His eyes are actually the color of the sky. It's this orangish color. Yes, cow. What?
You sound real.
You sound like you're underwater. Like, not like I can hear you, but I also hear like 300 million afterwards.
James, can you hear me okay?
I hear you just fine. They sound underwater.
Hold on.
Pretty much how she's saying that you sound is how she sounds.
Yeah, because I'm hearing her like that too. I was like,
Okay,
is
let
that
me
me?
Oh, my phone is the one that's. Oh,
Yes, even though it's charged with that one. So,
well, charge block. You are the one with the charge block.
I love the hat, James. Oh, is he getting into him?
I'm getting in character.
I'm getting in camp. I'm picking out a magic item.
Oh, shit.
Give you.
That was instant. The second I plugged it in, it was not like that anymore. Can y'all speak?
Yes, we can speak, yo. All day,
Okay,
day.
Riley.
In there. That's what I'm about to do.
I can hear you guys.
Strawberry milk from the cow, yo.
No.
Did he know you said strawberry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard strawberry. That's why.
Wait, actually, I don't think I want this. Actually, I'm gonna try it. Snack break.
Well,
Okay,
I'm not
well-
taking a break. I'm just gonna eat it.
Actually, if we can take like a 2 or 3 minute break real quick, I'll use the bathroom real quick.
Got a potty.
All
Yeah,
right.
potty break.
Okay. Well, while he's taking a break, I'm supposed to have another spell. Well, I'll do that after.
It looks blue. Why
It is blue.
Yeah.
It's what is it called? Birthday cake.
Oh. Such a good combination.
That's disgusting. That's what you're doing.
Takis and strawberry.
Well, shut the freezer.
What? Takis and strawberry with whatever. Cream cheese?
Pretty much, yeah.
Cream cheese spread. That sounds like a tummy ache.
But it's so good.
Wanna try? Are those good? How good? Not
All
bad.
right.
Well, you said. Oh, they're whole strawberries. I thought they were hats.
Delicious.
So, we having fun yet?
Yes.
Got to pick a magic item to put in this shop.
This is so fun because it's like one of those filler episodes of like a like an anime where it's like, oh, you have to pretend to be somebody else.
And I have a cow.
Yeah, I am the cow.
Who chose that?
Yeah. The second you chose it, I was gonna like sell you. Not sell you, but
So
you're gonna have fun with my cow.
No consent whatsoever.
You
I
can't
even
say
speak.
no.
I know.
You just have to move.
Wait, I don't know if I can say that word on here.
What, right? Oh.
Ooh. That's a cool item.
Like,
I don't know about all that.
you like
Yo.
jalapeno poppers?
Mm-mm.
That is so
Yeah,
cool.
you do. It's nothing different than doing this with the strawberry sauce it has.
Caitlin,
It tastes just like that.
should I introduce quirks into this game?
What? What did he say?
Should we introduce, or should he introduce quirks?
If you want.
I am asking for a power up.
I think it would be fun. Wait, Riley. At some point in time, could we literally like have like a D&D campaign where it's just like we have quirks and superpowers and stuff?
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
Okay, cool.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
I was born ready, baby.
All right. So, he kind of passes on fucking the cow. He's had a bad experience in the past. He said it's unfortunate you don't have a dog here. And he kind of points at. He kind of says that again. He says, "Yeah, it's very unfortunate we don't have a dog here."
I'm sorry.
Dude's weird. Oh man,
No,
if you'd have caught us on a normal day.
that
I know. I'm speaking character.
I
Or
mean,
play.
you're a cow.
No.
Dehumanized.
He says, "Oh, if I caught you on a normal day, huh?"
No. No.
No, he understood you.
No.
No, he understands the language.
He understood you. So he that was also meant to kind of point to Kayla that where's Zeus?
What was I supposed to do? He's back home.
He might be dead by the time you get back.
I hope not.
All of a sudden, while you guys are talking to Roan, you hear there's like a twinkling little bell thing above the door, and you hear it ring, and you hear a, I wish I could get some orc flesh.
What was that?
Well, who'd that be?
No, not really. That would be really funny though if I just like brought Sai in here and he ruined
What if
everything.
what side blew our cover? That's what I thought you were going. I was like,
He's been following us this whole time.
Yeah, Sai actually just kind of like wandered. He's looking for you guys. Actually,
Aww.
the time has passed.
We're gonna have to tell him
What if he thinks we abandoned him?
when we come back. We're gonna have to tell him that 2 of our members are.
I'm his favorite anyway. It's okay.
All right, so the keep turns to you guys. He's like, "All right, well, I've got some of the basic stuff here." He's like, "As far as some of the rarest items I have, I've got I don't know. What you tell me what you want."
One.
Well, like my only offer was the cow. I have no money.
You have
do
no
have money.
money.
No. I do not.
Why not?
Because the last time we went to the fucking bar,
Oh, that's right. You got rid of all your bread.
broke. When y'all all drank. I don't.
And you're just kind of flipping through his catalog in front of you.
How about we all give him 10 gold pieces each? Macau, sorry.
I will sell you.
Macau.
You guys all of a sudden think, "Wow,
I'm not
will
a
our
I
currency
don't
work
forget.
here?"
Sorry,
Yeah, I don't know if my bread will be accepted here.
Y'all could be poor as fuck.
Yeah,
Do you have any potions?
yeah, because the transfer currency rate could be like super dope, yeah.
Do you have any potions, Seth?
I've got some typical healing potions.
Want one?
I've got a
How
couple.
Sure.
Well, let's see here. For this, I need 10 elderberries. I could give it to you for a redwood acorn, though.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just fucking with you. It's 5 silver.
Oddly enough,
Let's
Currency
see.
is the same.
How many do you have?
I got 10 in stock.
How much HP did I heal? I don't know if I can ask that.
So these are minor healing potions, so they're not the best. But I'm sure if you rolled a 10-sided dice, I could give you a pretty good guess of how much better you'd feel.
And you said they were 10 silver pieces?
Yes.
Can I buy all of them?
Wow, alright, cleaning me out. Alright, I'll sell it to you for a gold piece.
All of them?
Yep.
Okay, so 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lesser healing potion?
Yeah, you can write that.
Do I need to write anything else with it?
Nope.
You'll just know when I use it?
Just, actually, no, write, the 1d10.
Okay. Okay.
And then, as far as, items I have boots of elven kind. I have a broom of flying.
Wait,
I
a
have-
broom of flying?
I have a cloak of elven kind. And that's it.
You have a broom of flying? It'll make me fly? As you can see, I'm a little buff. I get made fun of by the other fairies. Can't fly. My little wings can't, like, hold up my body.
Damn!
How much is your broom of flying? Will it work for me? I'm heavy.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
it's
sure to carry you?
These brooms can only hold up to 400 pounds.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
So whatever your normal
How
weight
much-
is as Braca,
I'm not 400 pounds, guys.
Are you sure?
I'm not.
I could get rid of it.
I'm like 200 and something.
I
No,
could
as a
get
fairy.
rid of it.
I'm
for-
still the same weight.
Yeah, it's only a glamour. So you weigh whatever you normally weigh.
I'm trying to figure out where that's at. 210 pounds. Yeah, I'm fine.
So,
How much is that?
That's a lot.
I could sell it to you for 82 gold pieces.
You can have the cow.
Can have the cow.
If you're gonna try a good deal with him.
He's not going to take the cow.
No, but like you can talk to her and make sure she would do it.
Yeah, he's not going. He's
What?
not.
I know you want the flying broom.
Maybe at the next place. Okay, look, Seth. I really want that broom, but I'm not so sure that I can afford it right now.
Mhm.
Do you do layaway?
Fay away. That's what it's called. Fay away.
Oh,
Do you do Feywild?
He just kind of stares at you and he chuckles a little bit.
They do have a Walmart, so yeah.
We don't have a Walmart. What is a Walmart?
It's called a Fall Mart, yo.
You're strange.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't
You're
listen to him.
really holding up to your reputation.
I'm different.
Hey,
Good stuff.
actually, can I do a deal with you? Can I trade you some items maybe to get a cheaper price?
Sure. I'm down for that. What you got?
12 dragon sprinkles from the other. Wait. Dragon sprinkles. Don't know if you want that. Found them on my journeys. Some orc dentures. Found those too.
And he stops you and he says, "Orc dentures, dragon sprinkles.
What the guy said when he gave them to me.
Where are you from? Who gave it to you?"
Around.
From the farm.
And he kind of looks
Hey,
at
I'm
it.
looking. What was that? What was that kingdom you said was the opposite of Ond?
I didn't give it a name.
Oh shit! Did I just make up something?
I just hope he doesn't know.
Nozel has been huddling in the back this entire time, and he's just kind of going. He's just kind of laughing right now, and he's like, "Oh, they're fucking screwed."
I'm from like across the water. You got the yeah.
The water.
From Blue Ridge. What?
Where is Blue Ridge?
Like north of Kenyon. North of Kenyon. Have you ever left this town, sir?
Wait, Kenyon. I think I've heard of that. Well, no.
Well, it makes sense. We're travelers, so.
Roll a persuasion check.
You made the cow jiggle.
Where's my persuasion? $23.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, he believes you.
Whoa, no cap.
I was like, Kenyon. Huh. That must be somewhere in the northern region. I haven't really traveled north.
Yeah, it's awfully cold.
Yeah, I haven't really ventured far past Queen Titania's court.
Yeah, don't go. It's not nice. I prefer it here a lot more.
It is pretty nice here.
Okay. Anyway, I do on a real note. I have a long sword and an extra long bow.
Well, actually, hold up. I'm interested in these other items you mentioned. If these are really from the material plane, they could cost quite a penny. Here, I would be willing to trade you, for those dragon sprinkles you mentioned.
Really?
I'll give it to you. Give you the broom free, just from the trade alone.
I'm willing to do that.
Okay, so get rid of 12 dragon sprinkles. Add 1 broom of flying.
Get his.
All right. There's also I had another item. Pretty cool. Where the fuck did I put it? It was like gauntlets of ogre strength or something.
Of odor strength?
Ogre strength. You basically get super strength.
Good thing I didn't spend any money.
You wouldn't be able to afford it.
Damn. Maybe Cat.
Yo, who that be?
So I don't see anymore.
Wreck.
Yeah, you said my name. Don't wear it out.
So I also have boots of elven kind and a cloak of elven kind. So he kind of tells you. So, okay, so for the boots, you guys look a little confused. So the boots of elven kind. So while you wear these boots, your steps make no sound.
Whoa.
How much those?
Regardless of the surface you're moving across. You also have, DM talk, an advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
How much are those?
Those are 150 gold pieces.
Can I make another trade?
Let me tell you the other item I have, which is my cloak of elven kind. While you wear this cloak with its hood up, wisdom checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide, as the cloak's color shifts to camouflage you. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action.
How much is that?
200.
I don't know, I really like those boots.
I don't know, your satyr friend there with the clip clopping away could really come in handy.
Oh, I'm okay with my presence being known.
Dog.
Dog.
Why is his name Wreck? It should have been Zach.
Or Chad.
It would be Zediac.
Rediac.
I'll pass, but I appreciate it, bro.
think I might go with the boots. Depending on the deal I can get.
With the dentures, I could probably knock off 10 gold.
10?
Yeah.
What about would you take the longbow or the long sword?
You all right, my good sir? Yo.
You give me those, I would knock off 20.
You know what, sir? I think I'll have to be back for those boots, but I will be back.
Alright, fair enough.
That's true. She likes the booty.
Okay, Wreck. We get it.
Man, it's too bad.
But I do have a question. I just have to save money because I do need. Do you by any chance have charcoal or incense or herbs?
I absolutely carry those items.
You do?
Yes.
Because I am looking to purchase some.
Do you have any exact amounts you need?
I
say because I have a limited stock.
I would say about 20 gold's worth of charcoal, incense and herbs each. Okay. Or is that all? Riley, is that all together? It says 10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs. Is that all together, or? Okay. Then 30. See, about 30 gold's worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
And he says 30 gold's worth, and he kind of doing the math, checking his catalog books, going, let's see. Yes, I do have that in stock. I actually had 40 gold's worth.
You know what? I'll get 40.
All right. So, he hands you 40 gold's worth of the charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Rat-a-tat-tat!
This is what James thinks all Gen Z is like.
For real.
For real, you hit it on the...
One more thing. Do you sell a brass brazier?
A glass what?
A brass brazier.
Oh, yeah. I can give up one for a gold piece.
Okay, will do.
Wow.
All right.
Dang, you might as well
doing business with you, sir.
You might as well buy my man's shop over here, yo.
I know.
Buying everything.
I needed to stock up, guys.
Well, stocked up, you sure enough did.
Let me see. There was one thing I wanted to.
Put a damper in my bank account, though.
It's funny because, like, I'm actually doing what I probably would normally do anyway because I cannot act, cool or whatever. So this is probably how I actually would act trying to be cool anyway.
Actually, I do have, just in my rare items, I have 5 sending stones. And if you don't know what those are, you know the spell sending? It's that, but in stone form.
Spell sending?
I'll let you slap my
Wait, what's that?
cow's ass.
Can we stop the
No.
We're a stone of
No
sending.
money.
We're a stone of sending? And he kind of laughs, and he's like, you know what? That's pretty funny, sure. And he walks up to Colton Ecker the cow, slaps the Colton Ecker's ass.
Whoa.
And he's like, all right, here you go. And he puts it down in front of you.
He's about to have a cow.
And you have
I don't know
idea
what it does.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it does. So DM talk, basically what it is, it's a walkie-talkie.
Someone has a stone and someone else has a stone and they can communicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
using sending.
What is it
And
called?
It's called sending stones. It's a sending stone. You basically can use it once a day to send a message.
So like, do I have? So James was like, I would have a stone. Said person. Some person would have a stone. So does that mean I got two? Like I would just give it to said person?
You get one. You have
So
one
someone else
stone.
would have to get one.
Yeah.
And so so like if I like, so let's just say Care buys one, right? So would it be like if I send him a message, does that use up my message for like both stones or just mine?
Just yours.
Okay.
So do you want it?
So really what it is, it's not that they have to have a stone to use it. It's that stone gives you the ability to use that spell sending. So really you're talking into your stone or whatever, or you're holding onto it, and it pops into Care's mind.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, how much do these stones cost?
Oh, you know what? I am willing to get rid of them for you guys because you've bought so much from me already. I'll get rid of them for 10 gold a piece. So I have 4 left. 40 gold. Buy you everything, the lot.
I got mine.
You have 4 left?
Yep.
Do you guys want to?
Yeah, I'll hop right in.
I already have one.
How do you already have one?
The dude slapped
Cultivator's ass.
Oh.
That's how I got one.
Oh.
Can he slap my ass again for a free?
Oh no.
He actually heard that and he's like, you know what? Sure. And he goes and slaps the other cheek. And Cultinector's got his own sending stone. He's like, hey, I'm not giving away these things for free. Gotta turn a profit. 30 gold gets you the lot.
I'll hop in, yo. I'll do it.
Alright. My satyr friend here is gonna buy the stones then. In full?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
You buying mine too?
Wait. I'm buying my own.
Oh.
I mean, I got bread, but not enough for everyone. Wait, I got bread, but not enough for every head. If you know what I mean.
I got you. Alright, so you take the sending stone. Just take away 10 gold.
Okay.
2 left. Nozell says, I'll buy one.
Wait,
Yeah.
do I have one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have one.
Smack your ass. And I'm buying one too, so.
And actually, you spent quite a bit of money already, so I'll give it to you for 8 gold.
Oh, thank you.
There's me.
Where?
Yeah, we got fucking Rima here, pimping his cow out, earning a profit up in this bitch.
Oh, just know. There's more to come.
No.
Oh, bro. No. Sorry about my cow.
I think we're good to go.
Alright, well, have a nice day.
Hey,
Before you leave,
do you know where like a weaponsmith is?
we actually don't have one of those in town yet. We're
Anybody
fairly
who
presentable.
sells weapons?
I would be the only one, and I sell really basic stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Hey, and you guys don't seem to be from around here, so before you head out, take a stop at our little tavern we got going on. It's not the best, but it's something. I'd recommend it.
Okay. Well, I definitely will. Do they have any H2O?
What's that?
It's a rare drink. But it's amazing.
I've never heard of this H2O. No, I don't believe they do. I will have to keep an eye out on their stores though to see if they ever do have that. And I would love to taste a rare drink.
It's hard to come by up north. I was hoping you guys would have it more. So.
No, I don't think we do. But
if you get it, I'll be back.
Facts.
Tell Eldred. Sorry, not Eldred. Tell Elrid I sent you his way. He might hook you up a little bit.
Elrid.
Yeah, he's the tavern keep.
What was his name again?
Ronan.
Oh.
Roan. Wait, did you mean the shopkeep or the barkeep?
The shopkeep.
Yeah.
And what was the barkeep? I've already for Eldridge. Eldridge.
Elrid.
Elred. So Elred.
Okay. I definitely will. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind.
Of course. So.
All right, my
What do you
man.
do?
Holla at you later. All right, we head out.
That's it. All right, we head out.
All right,
Awesome.
we head
Perfect. Love the transition. All right, so y'all head out. Now you're outside. What do you do?
To the tavern.
I suggest we go to the tavern.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Time of
I
day?
can't tell. Hey, Nozel, what time is it? I can't tell because of the sky. It doesn't seem to be changing.
Oh, there you go. It's like, well, our time, or your time, we're used to. It's about, it kind of looks up in the sky, do a little bit of this. It's about 7:36 p.m.
But it's a little early to be going to the bar.
That-
I suggest we go early if we're trying to fit the fucking cow in.
Well, actually, that is a good example or a good question. So, Nozel, do they have since it's twilight at all times? Does the town ever sleep?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right.
Sky.
Some people, some realms, such as my mother's court, we had our mages actually put up a false sky that we could dim the lights.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
So,
Well, I'm still down to go to town.
well, we're still in the town. There.
Yeah, yo.
Tavern. I'm down to go to the tavern right now. Even though it's early, I'm down.
You're thinking about drinking. Got it. All right. So y'all want to go to tavern?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you walk into the tavern. And honestly, for it being a fairy tavern, it looks pretty damn normal. Only difference is it's how stuff's made. It's made out of trees and stuff. It looks really fancy, but it's just a standard bar. Everything's pretty much the same. You feel like you could do anything in this bar, and it would, from the material plane, and it would be the exact same here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up to Elrid. I'm assuming he's tending the bar. I'm gonna walk up to him and introduce myself. Be like, "Hi." Oh my god. My name is Dumbo.
What was this? What was all of this?
What was that?
Sorry, I'm a little embarrassed. I hate going in public. I get a lot of stares.
I can see that, but here we don't discriminate. Everyone buys drinks. And he holds out his hand.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you. I'm Elred. I haven't seen you around these parts. How do you know of me?
Rowan sent us. We're travelers, and we decided to pass through your town, and he sent us your way.
Ah, Rowan. Well, you must have thought that you guys could handle some of my top shelf. Y'all must have been some big spenders over at his place. He sent
A
you
little
here.
bit.
He slapped my cow's ass.
That totally sounds like him. I've been known to slap a cow's ass every now and then myself. I'll do a little bit more than that, you know what I'm saying? Why is there a cow in here?
It's just my pet cow.
He has a little bit of a, how do you say, like a connection issue to it, like or separation issue. He cannot be separated from his cow.
Oh, I get it. You must have. And
They fam.
He's like, I see. You didn't separate yourself when you were making love to your cow, and now you're actually in love with it, and so you can't stand to be apart from it. We've all been there, sir.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt this. So I walk up to the bar, like, and I'm like, "Excuse me, my good sir, can I have what's on the top shelf there? Give me a shot."
All right, a shot of the top shelf. Ooh, big spender. That'll be 25 gold pieces.
Here you go, my man.
You have no idea what this is. All right. Go ahead and pop a shot. Oh my god. I cannot believe you just did that. Nozell is laughing his ass off right now. All of a sudden, you hear Rek start giggling, his cheeks flushed red. He looks like he's having a great time, and then he sits down at the bar, and he's just like, oh. and his head hits the table. He's passed out.
He's a bit of a lightweight. Oh my god!
This isn't the first time I've seen someone do this. Some strong stuff.
Well, can I get some if you slap my cow's ass?
I hate to tell you, that don't work around here. Slap your ass, though.
Hey
yo, he does got a fatty dough.
So he goes, we're going. He's like, all right, here you go. And then he puts a drink in front of you. Alright, all of a sudden, Amir does the exact same thing. His cheeks flush red, he starts giggling, and he slumps over. Instead of slumping forward, he slumps backwards, like,
Okay, sir, I'm not an idiot like them. Can I have something like... I am a bit of a lightweight myself. I don't drink a lot. My favorite drink, have you ever heard of it? It's H2O. My friends got it for me at a party one time. I love it.
He's doing this, and he's like, oh my god. Honey, I hate to tell you this. It's water.
What? No. It can't be the same thing. It can't be the same thing.
Yeah, it's water.
What if it's like, maybe it's just a drink and it's named after water?
I've never heard of this drink, and I've been to the material plane. There's no such thing as H2O. That's not water.
There's no water over there? Wait, no. There's got to be water over there. There's no H2O over there?
There's no... H2O is water, my dear. I hate to tell you this, but your friends tricked you.
When they wake up, they're getting it. Don't you worry.
I can't believe you were dumb enough to fall for it. He's just kind of laughing. Nozell's over there snickering. He's like...
Well, it seems to me that I'm more of a lightweight than I thought, so I need something weak.
Here,
I need something weak.
I will make you one of my mixed drinks. We call it fairy tears around here.
Perfect. Maybe to help me shed some weight.
It's this pink, fruity looking drink. Kind of looks like a margarita, almost like one that you would order at a restaurant. Very big, very fruity.
How many calories does it have though? Because I am in bulking season.
It's a pretty low cal drink. So you have to drink quite a few of these.
Got anything higher calorie? My muscles wouldn't look like this for no reason.
I could do this, and he takes out a bottle of this cream-like stuff out of his canister, this old wooden canister. It's got this metal top, and he presses the lid, and all of a sudden this blue foam, like this creamish stuff, kind of swirls around on top. That should get you what you want.
That looks delicious. Thank you. I'll take it. How much, sir?
This drink right here with the whipped cream, it's 5 gold.
Okay, I'll do it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I will
Right.
take 5 gold.
And you drink it?
I sip it.
Nah, you sip it. All right. So you sip it. You get all giggly. Your cheeks flush red, and you have also slumped over.
Oh my god. We're all slumped.
It's just the cow. Murr!
And he kind of looks at Nozel and the cow, and he says, "Do y'all want to drink too? Your friends over here can't handle it." And it's like, "All right, I'm gonna take that as a yes, because you're an animal. I'm just gonna give it to you." And he pours the same drink he gave Rek and Rima, and you, I guess, lap it up. And you're a cow, and you just fall over on your side.
He's like on Amir a little bit. The cow just like crushing his legs.
And Nozel says, "Hey, I'll take one. Let me get that top shelf shit too." And he throws down some gold, drinks it. Nozel's fine. He's like, "Ah, man, it's the strongest you got. This is barely alcoholic." So DM talk, what it is you aren't used to this plains alcohol. They make it a little bit different here.
Well, I figured it out then, and I was like, well, maybe some low shelf stuff, like some cheap, like low proof. But nope.
It's just from where you're from thing. That's all it is. It didn't matter the dose. You were all going down.
Oh, you got you.
Oh, so what now?
So yeah, what now? We're kind of like all out.
I don't know.
Well,
I could forcibly say, "All right, and game ends." I could do that.
we could have just talked about poison.
Yeah.
Actually, this would be a good spot to end it. Actually, like we could start where we all like come to.
Yeah, it wasn't poison. It wasn't poison. It was just alcohol.
I know, but you could have just killed all.
I could have, and all of you just drank. You all just drank.
Didn't ask questions.
It was a tavern.
That's true.
So
But
it was,
still,
it was
like,
pretty, it was pretty
It
safe.
could have been a setup because it was old dude. Like we got to like his name from old dude. That could be a sign.
Yeah, that's also true. He could have been like poisoned them.
I give him ideas.
It's fun.
I'm actually gonna take some of Bracca's gold when she wakes up. I'm gonna make her roll for it to see if some of her gold's missing.
Dag on it.
You're passed out in the Feywild here, Dunbell.
Got my cow laying on my leg.
Fresh in my leg.
Alright, yeah, so we can end it here if everybody's cool with that.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, I was hoping to go further, but okay, that's fine.
We can wake up. Honestly, y'all wrecked Amir wrecked everything. He didn't wreck everything. He wrecked like a big time sink. This was all gonna happen, but this is all I got written up to. Well, at least for this one. We can't start the second one because it'd be an awkward stopping place.
Okay, that's fine.
It's good for continuity.
I got some work to do on my character anyway.
Me too.
So all of you are level 6.
Yep.
Should I add any XP or anything?
We didn't fight.
You didn't.
I imagine you don't only get it from fighting, right?
I mean, you get it from other things, but I'm doing it based on like an encounter system. I've decided it's easier for me to do that. So like once y'all reach a certain point, and y'all are leveled up, essentially.
Okay.
Makes it easier on y'all, makes it easier on me. Then we don't have to count it. Be like, all right, and you're leveled up.
Okay. Well,
Man.
since we're still in here,
Well, should I end the recording right now then?
you can.
Yeah, might as well.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.